In this video, we're looking at the worst fouls and the most horrifying injuries ever caught on camera. In one of the most intense and heart-wrenching moments of this match, Bayern Munich versus Paris Saint-Germain in the Club World Cup, a tragedy began. Jamal Musiala sprinted towards the ball and he determined to take it, but at the same time, Donnarumma reached out and claimed possession. As the two collided, Musiala's foot got caught in a dangerous position. His leg twisted, and in a horrifying instant, his bone snapped. Donnarumma turned away in distress. The rest of the players in shock and their hands went to their heads. That was a very bad injury. Some day after that, he posted this on Instagram and announced his situation.
I wanted to say thank you for all the love and support I got from all of you. It really means a lot to me. It's nice to see how the football world comes together in a time like this, and I really appreciate it.
He recovered and returned to Bayern training after about 5 months. Guys, this is Hakimi interview after the match about him.
For Musiala, I think it was something very important today for him, and I think I hope I want to give my support for him, and I hope he's going back soon and we'll see him in the pitch soon.
Just a few months later from this trouble injury, in a Champions League match again, PSG versus Bayern, the same two clubs, it was Hakimi who found himself on the receiving end of an awful injury. In a brutal moment, Diaz made a dangerous tackle on Hakimi's leg, and his bone broke. He limped off the field and felt pain. And of course, the referee showed Diaz a red card for the reckless foul. Look this from Bayern coach.
Moi, je vois pas l'action à cette vitesse comme ça, l'arbitre non plus, donc moi je défends les intérêts de mon équipe d'abord, mais après, dès que j'ai appris que Achraf était blessé, tout tombe, et le plus important c'est qu'il revienne très rapidement. J'espère que c'est pas aussi grave que ce que nous on a eu avec Musiala aux États-Unis contre le PSG.
Yeah, just look him when his player made the tackle. Now let's talk about his best friend. A cross comes into the box and Kylian Mbappe leapt for a header. As he made contact with the ball, his nose collided with the back of an opposing player and he immediately hit the ground. It was clear something serious, and the medical team rushed onto the field. His nose completely broken, and his face, even his shirt, covered in blood. In throughout training session and also the next match, he returned but with a protective mask. He wasn't going to let anything keep him from football, even with broken nose. Zlatan Ibrahimovic once proved that some players don't forget. They wait. Back in 2006, during a clash between Inter Milan and Juventus, Marco Materazzi went in with a dangerous challenge on Zlatan. The tackle injured him badly. For years later, Inter Milan versus AC Milan, in a brutal moment, Zlatan went and studs up on Materazzi and make a ruthless tackle on him. Materazzi was left injured and forced to leave the pitch. Some years later, Zlatan admitted that he had been waiting 4 years for that moment. Again, a terrifying moment came in this match between Ajax and Bayern Munich. Thomas Müller goes for a high challenge for the ball, and he lunged aggressively and jumped with her studs raised this way. His boot made direct contact with the Ajax player's head. That's horrible. The player went down and medical staff comes in to deal with a potential head injury. There was no doubt this time, and referee showed Müller a straight red card without any hesitation. In the match between Tottenham and Everton, one of the most disturbing injuries occurred. Andre Gomes was carrying the ball. Son Heung-min came in from behind and make a reckless and brutal tackle. He immediately realized something was wrong. When they looked at Gomes' leg, hands went straight to heads. His bone had twisted the way that no one could look at. Gomes was in extreme pain, and Son, visibly crying and blaming himself. Even when the referee showed him a red card, it clearly didn't matter to him. In Tottenham's next match, he scored and he refused to celebrate. Instead, he looked into the camera and apologized. Here it is his interview about that.
Didn't want to celebrate because I just want to respect those situations, and of course I still feel really sorry about the situation, and it's been really tough days, tough few days, and I said before, I realize how lucky I am. The people around me, the supporters, the club, and the coaching staff, the player, teammates, they helped me really a lot and give me so much strong message. And of course, I wish still Andre Gomez get well soon and best wish. And yeah, but it's the right answer to keep working hard for me and try to perform like always and with positive energy. I think this is most important.
One of the most shocking fouls happened in the 2010 World Cup final between Spain and the Netherlands. In an aerial duel, Xabi Alonso jumped to head the ball. Nigel de Jong raised his leg, dangerous use of studs. He received only a yellow card. Now let's get to a horrible foul. Here in this match, the Mallorca attacker pushed forward and also Joan Garcia rushed out of his goal. The attacker lifted his leg and caught Garcia straight in the head with his boot. And referee had no choice but give him a red card. Late in the Chelsea vs Benfica match, João Pedro went up for the ball and raised his foot high, dangerously close to the face of a Benfica player. The referee immediately stopped play. Was the play risky? Absolutely. A raised boot at head height is always asking for trouble. But the real question is, did Pedro actually catch the Benfica player in the face? This player launches himself toward the ball in a completely uncontrolled way, and he's not going to take the ball. His leg crashes straight into the opponent's face. The player is chasing the ball at full speed. Another player comes from behind and plants his foot directly onto the opponent's shoe. Wow! These kind of challenge is extremely dangerous. So as all of us expect, the red card comes out fast. For Cristiano Ronaldo and the Portuguese national team, the Euro 2016 final was more than just a match. Portugal had never won an international trophy, and Ronaldo himself, this was the biggest game they had ever played. Portugal versus France, Euro final. The whistle blow. In the 9th minute, Ronaldo was caught in a hard foul. The medical staff rushed onto the field. They're holding his knee and trying to treatment. He stood up again and kept playing. By the 17th minute, it was obvious the pain had not gone away. Ronaldo tried to push through it, to stay on the pitch for his team, but his leg was no longer responding. He collapsed to the ground once more and the doctors returned to treat him again. And once again he forced himself back up. A few minutes later, Ronaldo signaled he couldn't continue. As he was substituted, his tears coming and he literally cried. Instead of disappearing into the tunnel, Ronaldo stayed on the touchline, right away next to the coach. He shouted instructions and encouraged his teammates. He reacted to every attack, every challenge, every decision. He spoke to players one by one and pushing them forward, like a true leader from the sidelines. The match goes into extra time, and guys, in the 108th minute, Portugal scored. And just look at Ronaldo, look at his reacts. And it was the moment. The final whistle blew. Portugal were champions of Europe for the first time. Cristiano Ronaldo as the captain lifted the trophy. Just wow! This moment is a clear example of a player who gets injured but refuses to surrender. Even without being able to play, he gives everything he has to help his team. And yeah, you just saw some of the worst fouls and injuries in football. I hope you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you okay.